Good morning and welcome to Bits and Bobs Live. Today is our inaugural day on YouTube.
Yes.
I'm Debbie.
And I'm Kim.
Yes.
And let's just say, Debbie's going to be here for every Bits and Bobs now. I won't remember all these steps.
Today we're testing, we've been doing Bits and Bobs Live on Facebook for some time now. And today we're testing doing Bits and Bobs Live on YouTube. So we're coming to you from Wild and Woolly in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. If you're with us today, please comment. We have a little comment box over here that we can chat back to you. And we look forward to spending some time with you, don't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't forget, if you're watching us for the first time or for the 500th time, please like and share our videos. We'd appreciate it. Tell your friends all about us.
Yes. And the other thing you can do is subscribe to our channel. And when you subscribe to our channel, you have an option to activate a notification that will notify you every time we go live.
Yes.
So it'll just pop up for you. You can watch us in all our glory whenever you want to and whenever we're live.
So yes.
Yeah.
So what are we doing this morning?
So we're going to chat about a couple of things, and also we're going to do the Purl Stitch today. We have previously covered the knit stitch. We are building our tutorials on YouTube. We have a few pretty good ones out there, both knitting, crocheting and quilting related. And we're going to build up our database of
stitches.
Learning material, yes.
So the Purl Stitch.
Purl Stitch today, yes.
Okay.
But prior to that, well, how much time have we got? Because we're a little late, aren't we?
Well,
for those of you that haven't seen us before, we are a quilting and knitting store. We have both quilting fabrics and patterns and notions, and we have also yarns.
yes.
Beautiful yarns.
Crochet hooks, knitting needles, all kinds of knitting needles.
Yeah. What we've done
yes.
what we've done in the past is we've done little walkarounds on Facebook. Perhaps we'll do that.
Yeah.
Not today, but coming up we'll do a little walk around on YouTube for you folks that aren't familiar with us. Our website is thewildandwoolly.com. That's the wild, WILDANDWOOLY.com if you'd like to take a peek at us and see what we're about. So usually we go through a few things about what we have. For those of you who are familiar with us, you know what's new in the store. We've got this new yarn in, which is pretty fantastic. This is a stuffed cotton. So you get the bulkiness, you know how people really love these bulky knits. You get the bulkiness, but without all the fluffy stuff. You get it's kind of like t-shirt material, so you can knit yourself something fabulous. A scarf or a cowl would make a beautiful blanket.
Machine wash, tumble dry.
Machine wash, tumble dry. That's all you need to know right there. And it'd be like wrapping yourself up in your favourite t-shirt.
Yes.
So this is from Cascade Yarns. It's called Cotton Puff. Brand new. It's a super bulky weight.
109 yards.
109 yards and all really beautiful organic colours.
Yes.
Yeah. So
should be neat, all four of them together.
I know, right?
Ooh.
Let's get knitting.
I know, right? Very nice.
The other thing we got in, and actually we don't have it back here with us, but we got from, where did that come from yesterday? Can't quite remember, but it's a new fabric line called something.
I wasn't here yesterday.
I know. Can't remember what it was called. It's cute as can be. Market Garden. Market Garden. Very, very cute.
Who's it from?
Somebody, yeah.
Which company?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also got some new notions in.
We did. Ooh.
If y'all probably have seen this, Quilter Select Free Fuse.
We're excited about this.
It's really, I've seen demos, so I can't wait to get some and play with it.
Me too.
So instead of using the, aerosol cans, this you just sprinkle on like salt. And I was just thinking that when I was looking, it looks just like some spices that I threw out last night because they had been expired up in my cabinet. But I was like, ooh, you don't want to mistake this for some salt. You'll be fused on the inside.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
Wouldn't that be awful? But you just sprinkle it on, your fabric or your batting, and then put the fabric down, and then you use a medium temperature on your iron. Hold it for a few seconds. Really, it says 4 seconds, and it's set. But it's just a soft fuse, apparently. Or I guess you could have a bigger fuse the more stuff you pour on it, but you don't need to pour it on, which I think is really neat.
No, they say sparingly.
So, yes.
And think about this, people. None of that aerosol glue that sticks to everything.
It always comes back to my glasses, so I always wear an old pair of glasses. It says that it's needle friendly, easy to use for creating a fusible bond on almost any project. It's semi-permanent.
Yes.
Between fabrics, battings, and textiles. So just a sprinkle will do. A sprinkle will do. This is exciting. And then, of course, we have some clappers in.
We got the large one and the small one.
And if you haven't used one of these, if you watch videos of quilters using these and you're like, oh dear Lord, one more thing for somebody to buy. But it really works because I have one. And it's nice after you've ironed something, you just lay it down on your whatever you've pieced, and it just keeps it flat.
Yeah, we have one in our sewing room here. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's good to play with too, and it makes a lovely clapping noise.
Yes.
Hence clapper.
So that's all I know.
Yeah, well, and then we also got a new shipment of cocoa nuts in yesterday. So the Maker's Keep came back. Oh, the clips first. Guess what? They're non-plastic. It's a new material that they don't use plastic in their clips.
Huh.
But more
New
excitingly,
material.
this is Coconut's Maker's Keep slap bracelet.
Isn't that neat?
I love that.
You put your stitch markers on.
Stitch markers, tapestry needles, pins, needles, you name it, anything you want on here. If you can't afford an eye watch, just pretend this is an eye watch.
And
it's a measuring tape on the back. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
isn't that cool?
It's very cool. Yeah.
So yes.
So that's the Maker's
And
Keep.
pretty colors.
Yeah. But you think, sometimes you want your pins just right there if you're sewing. And you just want to take the pin out and pop it right here.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Be a lovely Christmas gift.
A lovely Christmas gift.
Lovely holiday gift.
We've got a ton of metal stitch markers for your knitting. We got the jumbo, we got the regular, we got the small, we got the opening ones. These all stick on your Maker's Keep. And they're beautiful multicoloured metal.
And you have to be strong to open
And you
it.
have to be strong.
It had the tape still on it.
How lovely they are. So it keep you in
Neat.
check. Oh, it did have the tape on. See?
So neat.
Yeah, so all sorts of things.
Those are my favorite things.
These. The colourful
If you're a
stitch
knitter, you need
stoppers.
these.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're, needle stoppers. Any size needle you have will be in, the stopper will be in there.
Yeah, one for every
So
occasion.
yes. But it still doesn't stop me from making it fly across the room. I have problems with flying across the room. And we got some more coconut sweater
we got coconut.
workshop books.
Workshops.
So yes.
This is a fantastic thing. We've made quite a few coconut sweaters so far, and we love them.
So yes. So anyway, so you ready?
Ready. So what we're going to do is the Purl Stitch today.
Okay, we're switching cameras.
Don't switch just yet. Just throw this around a bit. There we go.
Okay, you ready?
Alright.
Right.
Alright, so as you know, previously we've covered the knit stitch. And if you're new to knitting, one thing you need to know is if you can learn how to do the knit stitch, which is this, and the purl stitch, which is the back of a knit stitch, you can make almost anything, because almost every pattern in the knitting world is some combination of the knit and the purl stitch. It's a different configuration of it, it's a different layout, it's a different movement, it's a different twist, but almost everything is a combination of the knit and purl stitch. So you can go to our YouTube channel for the playlist is in the knitting instructions. Not instructions, what's the word? Knitting. Tutorials. And you can see the knit stitch. And today we're going to do the purl stitch. So with the purl stitch, you're going to start off with your yarn at the front here toward you. And you're going to pop your right needle into your first stitch from right to left, which is if you knit, you know it's the opposite of knitting. And then you're going to take your yarn from the front, wrap it around the needle, and pull this loop that you just created with your working yarn. You're going to pull it through the loop that's created from your existing stitch and just transfer it. So right needle into the existing stitch from right to left. Keep your yarn at the front here, bring your yarn from the front, wrap it around the needle back to the front. Maintain some tension, as you can see, so you're not all baggy and all over the place, but don't strangle it to death. So I've wrapped my working yarn around from front, around the needle back to the front, and then the loop that I just created with that, I'm going to pull through the existing loop from this stitch. So I've just purled 2 stitches. So I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to show you what happens here. As I drop this existing stitch off, here's my new stitch with my working yarn. You see how I can tighten that new stitch with my working yarn. That's the new stitch I just created. And as I drop this off my left needle, you can see that this stitch came from here, now became the row below. So my working yarn is now the live stitch, the current row, and the one that I just knit into and created this with becomes the row below. Okay, so we're going to go again, right needle, right to left on the stitch, yarn from front around the needle back to front, and pull that new loop through the old existing loop on this stitch and transfer it. And there's your old stitch from here is the row below, and here's your new stitch with your working yarn, like here, look, your working yarn is your new stitch. So this is your current row, your live stitches, and this is now your row below. This becomes your row below. Got any questions?
Not yet.
You have any questions about that, Kim?
No, but I like that you showed, because we do have this sometimes where people like put down their knitting in the middle of a row, and then when they pick it back up, they start knitting or going back the other way.
The wrong direction.
So that's good to know that, look at your stitches if you've dropped, you've laid down your work and you pick it back up, make sure that where the working yarn is, it'll tell you which way to go.
Exactly. So when you are in the middle of a row, your working yarn's going to be right here on your right hand side on your right needle, and you're going to keep on going on your left.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're like me, you just don't get up until you get to the end of the row so that you just don't mess up.
Exactly. Most of us do that. Sometimes you can't do it, but most of us will say, just hang on, I need to finish this row. But if I put this down and I get distracted and it's a couple of days before I pick it up and I don't remember where I am, this is a good point, Kim. When I pick it up, if I try to knit like this, look, my working yarn's over here. So I know that doesn't belong. My working yarn, when I'm picking it up mid-row, my working yarn ought to be in my right hand. So then I would swing this around, working yarn in right hand. Okay? If you've got any questions, just let us know. Write it in the comments. We will get back to you if we need to, and we can reiterate some stuff if necessary. But for today, that is your little bow tutorial.
Okay. We're back on the main camera.
And we're back on the main camera. See, we're very high-tech when we talk to be.
Yes. So again, just like Debbie said, leave your comments, your questions, and we will get back to you.
We will.
So yes.
And we're about to go and open the store now, so
Yes.
have a lovely day today.
If you're in our area, come visit.
We have the All Carolina Shop Hop going on now. It's been a
Yes.
gangbuster first month, hasn't it?
It has.
And there's still the rest of October to go.
And apparently lots of great prizes. So yes.
Yeah. All right.